everyone, it's Michelle here, and today I am going to do a card. I needed to do happy birthday cards for someone at work, actually two people. So I went ahead and did this template kind of to see how I wanted to do, to play around. And so I joined the Stamps of Life Club, so I had some dies that matched, and so I just decided on this. This is the Stamps of Life stamp set that I'm going to be using, the flowers. They come with, and I'm going to be showing that to you, they come with dies that match. Now this is the label number 5 from the Stamps of Life that I'm going to be using, and there's the dies for the flowers that match. And then this is the Fisker stamp set that I'm going to be using. There's the background stamp. And I love this set. It's so versatile. It's just, you can use it in so many things. So those are the stamps I'm going to be using. So I'm just cleaning up and we're going to get started. So here I have my Fisker's plate to stamp. Any stamp actually that you really want to see where to place it. So I just flip my stamp over and I'm going to place it on this plate. And I had to do it this way because the other way didn't fit. So got my stamp mounted. Now I am going to take some, what color do I use? Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Actually, no, I used my Stampin' Up. Pigmented ink pad, and I did that because I'm going to emboss. So I think I do it off camera, and I'm sorry. I'm inking up my stamp, and I want to make sure I get there's my Stampin' Pad, and again it's the pigmented. It's the craft Stampin' Pad, and this thing is juicy. It is very juicy, and I've had it for over a year, so, and I don't use it very often. And then I have some black embossing powder, which I really dislike, by the way, but I have to use it because I have it. So I took it out to use it. And I'm going to be stamping the background image in black and embossing in black. So here I am just connecting my embossing tool, my Martha Stewart embossing tool. And I'm getting that plugged in. And now I'm going to, there's my pad. And now I'm going to be inking up my stamp. I thought I did that earlier. I guess I didn't. I don't know what I was doing. So just inking it up. And again, it was very juicy. I did not have to really push very hard. So I'm just careful not to get the edges. Some of it I did, but just be extra careful because with that juiciness it just just bleeds, I guess. So here I'm just lining up my stamp, and this is why I love this Fisker's plate, because it allows you to really see where you're gonna stamp, exactly. So I'm lightly going to stamp it down, and then I'm going to push, being careful to not to let it slide, I guess. So all I'm doing is pushing, and then it came back up, and then there's my stamped image. I love this background stamp. So I'm getting my embossing powder out. Maybe. Oh. So here we go. I'm going to emboss this. And I ended up dumping out actually the whole contents of this jar. Believe it or not, all of it. I was like, oh no, I'm running out. It looked like charcoal. Like maybe that's what it is. No, I'm just kidding. So I took out my little tweezers so that I would not get this embossing powder everywhere, but I ended up making a mess anyways. So I'm just lightly tapping it, and I'm making sure that the image did emboss. and it did. So here I am embossing the stamp, and I'm sorry for the shadow. The lighting in my room is not too hot, so I need to fix that. But so it took a minute for the image to emboss, and I fast forwarded here because I didn't want to bore you, and it took a minute for this thing to really emboss the way I wanted it to. I don't know if my tool doesn't have the same power as before, but it's taken longer. And this is a big image, so I mean that might account for it also. So I'm just embossing this image. So here is the purple I decided to use, and this I got at Michael's. It's the Recollections cardstock paper pack, and I'm just getting this standard 8.5 by 11 and then cutting it in at 4 1/4 to make a card. And I decided to use my bone folder because it was right at hand. So I got a nice crease. Then I am measuring this card to see what I needed to cut this background stamp, and I ended up cutting it 1/4 inch smaller, so it was 4 by 5 and 1/4. So, but first I went ahead and cut off the edges because I didn't want that to be into my measurements, and I wanted it to be equal. So you see me just cutting off the edges. Now I am going to measure and cut my background stamp, and as you can see, this background stamp was bigger than the A2 size, which makes it better, so you can cut off any flaws, I guess, and it'll be equal. So I got my card, my background cut out, and I debated whether to color some of these flowers purple, but I don't, maybe in another card. So here I am, I've got my card cut out, and I am deciding to do this band that's across the card, and I wanted to do it a little bit smaller than the original one I made. I think I ended up doing, it was 4 by, I think I ended up doing 2.5 inches instead of, I think I did 3.5 in the pink card. So so now that I have my band cut out, I wanted to emboss it with this Stampin' Up! Polka Dot embossing folder. Now, this I got a while back, and this size is like really small, so I hardly use it, but when I use it, I usually use it for, small cuts that I make. So here is my piece that I embossed with this folder. I can't complain about the way it embosses because it does great. So I'm putting some ATG on this piece, and I'm going to go ahead and put it down. There you go. And then I'm going to be doing this band now also. I went ahead and taped this down too because I'm not going to do anything else to this layer. So just get that nice and straight. So I've got my first layer down, and you can really see the embossing on that image in the back. I love it. Love, love, love it. Now I'm taking my Stamps of Life framelits. Got the second set, or the second piece in that set, and making the band smaller is really going to change the way this card looks. So I've got some black cardstock that I got at Tuesday morning, and this is really great quality black cardstock. I love it because you can, it's got texture kind of to it. Looks like I don't know, it just feels different than just your normal cardstock. And I think the paper company makes this cardstock. So I cut it out. There's my die cut. So I'm going to take this die cut, and I'm actually going to stamp on it with white. Now I'm going to use my craft white, pigment white, what is it, Whisper White ink, and I'm taking the Stampin' Up set. What is this set? Oh. It's the Delightful Dozen set. And I'm taking the Happy Birthday sentiment. Here's my Whisper White ink, and it's the pigment ink again. You always want to use pigment ink when you're going to emboss, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the white embossing powder this time from Zing. So here I am stamping up my image, and for some reason this Whisper White isn't so juicy like the black one, I guess because I use this one more maybe. I don't know. So I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I'm sorry. I just added my embossing powder, and voila. I try to dump it in there at the same time because I just make a mess with embossing powder. But I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. I really need to get me one of those embossing buddies from Stampin' Up, maybe on my next order. So I've got that down, and I'm just going to use my heating tool again to get it embossed. So now that I got my image embossed, I'm going to be doing a, what do they call it? It's just an outline with some stitched, I guess, stitched edge. That's what they call it. So I'm going to finish doing this, and I'll be right back. So here I have my image stamped, and I have the die cut with stitched edges. So now I'm going to apply this to my card using some craft foam that I cut up, and I think this is so cheaper than to use the expensive dimensional stickers. So I'm gonna put that down. And when I went to Michael's, I found this craft glue. It actually works for this craft, the foam is what it's called. And so I actually picked this up. It was on clearance for like for $1. I should have picked up another one, but hey, it's okay. Once I'm done, I can use just regular Scotch brand glue. So I'm going to add my image to my card, and then I'm going to hold it in place for a good minute or so. Next here, I went ahead and die cut this small flower. I die cut 2 of them because I'm going to make 2 cards, and I was thinking about putting the other one on there, but I decided not to. So I'm going to go ahead and emboss this with my polka dot embossing folder by Stampin' Up. So I got those 2 flowers embossed, and now I am going to look for a brad to just add to the flower. And I settled on a white brad. So I'm going to set these next. So I got this, I don't know where I got this black thing from. It came like in a packaging from, you know, something that I bought, and it was really thick, and it was like foam. So I was like, hey, there is my punch board. So I used my my tool here to punch a hole and slip my brad through. I had to cut. I used my Crop-A-Dile to kind of punch the extra piece off that didn't, because when I opened up the brad, it would, you know, you would be able to see it. So I punched off just a little tip from it. Just be very careful, because if you do this, it's very sharp. So I opened up my brad, and it was perfect. And this is going super fast because I wanted to get this in, and all I did was apply a white background with the black band across the bottom, and added the medium-sized flower for my Stamps of Life set. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!